Right, just come back from an auction and picked up this Forester's wood chipper, and so we'll get it off the trailer. Have to get the tractor and lift it off somehow because it's quite heavy. Get it on the back, grease up all the grease points on it and make sure it runs okay, and we'll put some wood through and see how it goes. Now all we've got to do is just figure out how to get it off the trailer. So we're just going to use a couple of strops, use the tractor as it were, and see if we can lift it off without it dropping onto the floor and breaking into lots of pieces, in which case Sonia wouldn't be very happy. Okay, so we've taken it off the trailer, given it a quick test just to see if it works all right. It seems to work, and so we're going to just put it in the field here and give it a real proper test with a sort of a bit of a mountain of brush that we would have normally otherwise burnt. But since we got this machine and we need some chippings, we thought we'd give it a go. Let's see how we get on. Right, we've got a mountain of relatively dry brush there, and Sonia with the chainsaw is going to cut off some fresh stuff, so we're going to give it a good test with old and new brush just to see how well it copes. Not quite sure at the moment. Dura's still out on this machine at the moment, so we'll give it a fair go, and then we'll just go through some pros and cons, I suppose, and see what the verdict is at the end of it. Okay, we've given it a bit of a testing, and I've got to be honest, I'm not quite sure whether this machine is for us. We're finding that it's a struggle to put brush on and small branches through it to chip for us. And there's a couple of reasons why. I'm trying to find a bit to demonstrate. We're finding that if there's a branch with any kind of V in it like that, it doesn't go through the rather narrow neck here, and so it just clogs up. The other thing, that there's no pull for the twigs or logs or branches or whatever, so you've actually got to provide force by pushing them through, which, to be honest, coupled with the fact that it won't put branches with a V in it like that, is a bit of a hassle. The chippings themselves are okay. They're not too bad. That looks like it's quite good mulch on chippings and everything, so they're not too bad. But what I'm finding is that I'm going around all this brush with the chainsaw, just cutting off the side shoots or side branches, And if you've got to do that with brush, it's a whole heap of hassle. So I'm sure the machine is good for various situations, but for us with just mountains of branches and logs and brushwork to do, then I'm not quite sure whether this machine is for us. Do you agree, son? Or
I'm a bit disappointed.
I'm a bit.
Truth be known.
Yeah, I'm a bit
I
disappointed.
thought that I could push it in, you know, push the branches in, and it would be fine with enough force. But it's quite high for me. I'm not terribly tall, and it's quite high for me to try and put a force downwards onto it. I tried it with a big log as well, but because the branches can bend to such a degree, you can force it through, but they just bend inside the hopper. They're not actually going through the blades. So
that's the other slight design fault which I think is with this machine, is that because the chute here is pointing upwards, you've got to be quite tall if you've got a big branch that you're feeding through to hold it up in the air, to have it running perpendicular or, you know, down towards the blade there. And Sonia was finding that she just wasn't tall enough to push the branches down. So that was a slight issue on some. And you find that you just get loads like this. There's a good example of one where there's a V on it and it just doesn't go down. And so you have to chainsaw that bit off for it to go in. Bit frustrating. I think we might sell this one on to somebody who you know, can use it better than what we can, and we might have to choose another design or another one. But anyway, it's been good to try. Anyway, if you like the video, then hit the subscribe button, ring the notification thing and the bell, and we're posting a video about once a week at the moment, and you'll get updates on everything else that we do on our small holding here. But anyway, that's a silly little video that we've done today, just on a purchase that we wanted to try. Anyway, until the next video, bye for now. A fair old lick, is it? Please don't mind me.